Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. So we're going to do another one of our how to build guides. One of the most crucial ones in the game. This is going to be a how to build your speed booster. I do a ton of stuff on my Twitch where I'm taking over people's accounts. Come and join us, Hell Hades TV on Twitch. We take over people's accounts, and a lot of the work is just fixing arena teams, fixing the gear on your arena speed booster, and it's one of the most critical roles to start to push yourself up through the arena. This works whether you are literally coming into the game 3 weeks in or whether you've been playing the game for 2 years. The rules are basically the same. Now, I've got a speed lead built in my Arbiter. She's my quickest. She's the one who's in my main arena teams. What I'm going to do, though, is act as if High Katoon is the first speed lead I'm ever going to build. And I'm going to act as if all of my equipped items in my account don't exist. However, if you're doing what I'm doing, you need to check your equipped stuff as well. So, first things first, what we need to understand from our speed booster, I'm using High Katoon because it's the freebie champ. You can use any speed booster in the game, but we just need to check if we want our speed booster to do anything else other than just speed up our team as quick as possible. So you kind of just want to look through your skills, and for someone like a High Katoon, she does have an accuracy requirement on her A1, and she does have an accuracy requirement on her A3. So if you go once and use your A2, fill your turn meter, and then increase speed, and you do not win because of that first move, then the other two moves start to come into play. So ideally, we find gear for High Katoon with some accuracy on it as well, but the absolute kind of standout requirement is speed, 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 yeah? You also need to consider, are you using your speed booster anywhere else in the game? So for me on my free-to-play, I use my speed booster in my dungeons as well, but not in my clan boss. Some people might be using their speed booster in clan boss and everywhere. So that dramatically changes the masteries you're going to run and potentially some of the gear that you're looking for. But for this champion, so High Katoon, she's got a speed aura, so she's actually also going to be my speed lead. But this is about your speed booster, which is the person who can fill turn meter and can increase speed. And I've got whole different videos about who you could use for this. So what are we looking for then? It's probably the most simple build guide I'm going to do, because I'm looking for the same thing on every piece of gear I'm trying to find. So I'm filtering the weapon first. The substat I'm looking for is speed. That is it. That is literally all I'm doing. On each of these pieces of gear, I'm going to be looking at speed. I don't care what the primary stat is. I don't care what the other substats are. If on High Katoon, I've got two pieces of gear that roll the same, then I'm going to be looking to see if one of them has got accuracy on it as well, because of our other pieces of kit. But for most speed leads, you don't even care about that. You're just going for the fastest piece of gear that you've got. And if you are playing this game and you're not assuming that this is all I own, you would also be clicking equipped here, and you would be looking through every piece of gear that you've got sitting on anyone that isn't crucially speed tuned. Like, you might have a clan boss person that's like speed tuned for a reason. If you don't, then you are literally picking the fastest item that you own. So I'm going to take equipped out of this for now. I don't want to mess up any of my builds I've already got, but if you're doing this properly, guys, you are looking at equipped as well, and you're picking up the fastest piece. So we've got 10, we've got 5, we've got 12. I wish this would just rank highest to lowest. So 12's the highest so far, 12 again, 16 here, that's winning. Yeah, and I'm going through 22 plus 3. That's an easy winner. That's, in fact, a hugely fast piece of gear. 17 plus 2 with some accuracy on it. Yeah, but we go back to that 22 plus 3. Easy winner. That goes on. Any sort of triple roll probably is going on, guys. Like, it's quite a rare thing to get. So what we got on the helms, 11, a 5. What I'm doing here as well, so that's weird. It's shown as if it's not rolled, but it's got 3 rolls. That's a bit of a bug. So here we've got 14 plus 4. So easily again, fastest there, it goes on. And we go through every slot in the same way. 17 plus 4 with accuracy, that feels really nice. Another 17 plus 2 with accuracy. And I just flick through every piece of gear that I've got in each of the sections like this. That feels like the 17 is going to be the winner. So whichever one then has got the most accuracy comes through. Bam. And we move on to the next sets. Now these are slightly more important. If we're just looking at gloves, the first precursor is that you've got enough speed. If your champion is just going to be your speed booster for the arena, then this is all I would look for. I'd look for most speed, and again, I'd just flick through. Where's there a quick one? However, if you're going to use Hypertune or whoever it is in dungeon content, you might choose to only look at pieces with HP stats as the main, so that they don't get targeted. Or you might choose to look at them with defense percentage as the main if you want them to get targeted, but you want them to be able to take a hit. Or you might find that you want to actually push some damage up. You say you've got Lissandra, you might be pushing for crit rates on your gloves. But ideally, speed still has to be a substat here. So I'm going to look as if I don't care about what the primary stat is. I just want speed. But some of you may choose to go for a more defensive setup, especially if it's clan boss. If it's clan boss, choose defense percentage. And if it's dungeons, generally you want to go HP percentage. That's a kind of good rule of thumb. So I'm going to look again for the fastest piece I've got. I've got 16 here. I don't even care that it's a flat stat main for my speed lead, for my speed booster, guys. It really doesn't matter because once they've gone, that's it. This piece here, I don't even care that it's flat attack. It's the one time I'd ever be saying that to you, but this is the time. This is the time where flat attack with a triple roll, it's probably going to end up being that one, I'd imagine. I doubt I've got anything better than that. Again, it's looking as if it's not been rolled here, which is really weird. But yeah, that goes on. So we're already well over 200 speed. I haven't even got boots on yet. And then for a chest. Now, again, if you just want to be the fastest, you just select speed and you scroll through all your pieces. Someone like Hypertune, you might decide this is where you want to get your accuracy from. So you could go accuracy as your main stats, like this. Or you might just have it in as a second substat, like this. For a lot of speed boosters where accuracy is important, I would definitely try and push it onto here, onto the main stat. But again, for anyone where you're just trying to go quickest, it's the same exercise. You're just looking at where is the quickest speed roll. And again, you might find that this is the place where you will have something like a flat stat HP as your winner. The other thing to be aware of, actually, I've not been doing it as I've been going along. This second speed set is equally as valuable as the first speed set, providing you get two of them, providing you've got two pieces. So we've actually got an 18 here on this one without a glyph on it. And I think we had a 16 here. So actually this is going to be the winner. It's only the winner, though, if I've got a second piece of the set. You'll also notice that a lot of them are rolled up to 12 and then I stop because I don't much care past that as long as I've got the speed I want. Next thing you do on boots is just the only place where you look for the primary stat, speed. You can't have secondary stat, obviously, speed as well. It would just be primary. I do have some spare ones here with a bunch of accuracy on it as well. So that matches this setup for me. Nice. And then before I've got any masteries or anything, I'm already at 292 speed here, just selecting from my kind of random bits that are available. But the rest of my stats are not strong. This will not be a strong dungeon comp because I've got flat attack here, and I haven't really picked substats that I really care about. But that's not a job. For me, she's going to be just a speed booster in the arena. So next thing I do, I go onto the banners. Now, again, if you really want to activate your accuracy stat, this is probably the next place where you find your big chunk of accuracy. So I could look for an accuracy main stat, but I want it to have speed as a sub. So these ones that are equipped, I mean, this is insane. This is good as well. Yeah, so any of these could work for me. This one's insane as well. So I could take any of those, or I could just say, forget accuracy. I just want to find my fastest set of boots. Like the good one here, 17 on a roll. 18 plus 3 on a roll. Yeah, so just your fastest set of boots, irrelevant what the main stat is. If you just want to win the speed race, this is what you have to do. Put the most random stuff on them. And at this point, I could easily not put any ring or any amulet on. Doesn't really matter. I could also test any of these ones that have not been rolled to see if they're going to outroll what I've got. So I could roll up, and I do this a lot, by the way. If I'm properly looking for the speed lead for my teams, this is exactly what I do. I roll it up to, say, level 8, and see, do I roll speed? Didn't roll speed the first time. Chances are it's not going to outroll my other piece, so I let it go. Do the same on this one. And I'm just looking for those gains every time. Where am I going to find the best piece of speed gear for my champs? I'll also do it with my other items. You know, if I've got, again, didn't roll it. If I got a weapon that wasn't rolled up, I would roll it up just to see at level 8, is it looking like it's going to be better? So this could be my speed booster complete. I don't necessarily need a banner and I don't necessarily need a ring. It will make no difference to how fast they go. You then go into your masteries. And again, you need to decide what your champion's going to be doing. If they are literally just there as your speed booster, we'll do a different set of masteries. And that's the one I'm going to show you. If you're going to use them in Clan Boss, I would bring it down here into War Master as my main stat, or unless you've got like Apothecary where you might use Giant Slayer, but you would need this for something like Clan Boss. If you're going with Dungeon, you might also still choose to use something like War Master as your main tier 6 mastery, so that'll be slightly different depending on what you want to do. But for most builds for just a speed champ, you choose whatever you need from here. So I'm going to get the accuracy into a build a little bit. I'm definitely going to bring Laura's Stealing because I'm definitely going to gain some speed from that. I'm probably going to gain about 6 extra speed here. If I've got accuracy in my build, I'll also bring Evil Eye because it's going to drop turn meter on my enemies on my A1. This is a really good arena stat. But always think to yourself, where am I going to end up? And for most speed boosters, you will end up somewhere like this. So increases this champion's turn meter by 20% whenever an ally drops below 25. So that'll be if you want to try and get back to their speed ability again quickly. Or you might have this one, increases the turn meter by 2.5 or fill rate by 2.5% for each active debuff cast by this champion. So when they're throwing out their increased speeds, they're putting debuffs out, so they're getting a faster turn meter fill. That's kind of nice. Or if you really want to land like an accuracy hit, if you've got Lissandra or High Katoon, you might choose the accuracy entry. So those 3 are all pretty useful. You might also decide to go for like a resistance build and use resistance here. It's kind of less favourable, I'd say. I normally would end up in one of these support ones. So I would probably take this. On a High Katoon, I'd probably end up, I think here. Stacks up to 10%. Yeah, I think here. So it just gives me that extra turn meter feel so I get back to my abilities as quickly as possible. I definitely would try and take this and get the accuracy up. And I'd also try and take this so that when your buffs, sorry, not that one, this, the other side, this one, when your buffs drop off, you gain a bit more turn meter again. The other thing you'd probably want to do on most of your speed champs is just try and stay alive, really. So I would probably take a defensive tree, maybe something like resistance into reduced damage from crits. It all depends on who you're partnering with, obviously. They're not going to be killing people. Into chance to put block debuffs for 1 turn if something bad runs out, which is kind of nice. Won't be doing any of that. So it probably comes into this one here. And then some sort of like counter attack. And I tried to get into this one. So 50% chance of increasing turn meter when an ally is attacked with a crit. So if you're losing the speed race, at least you've got a chance to try and cut back in with this one. So that's kind of nice. And then, again, depends who you've got, but something like this would be good as well for like shielding if you've got a shield champ. So this is my support kind of tree. And what you'll see is on my overall build, you'll see here from masteries. So from my Law of Steel, I gained 6 extra speed. So I've ended up at 319 speed, 140 accuracy, which is low. If I was building this kind of properly for other stuff, I probably would actually have done this. Just to show you what I probably would have done. I probably would have taken this off of War Maiden, or perhaps this off of Soul Bond. Got my accuracy over 200 and dropped a couple of speed for it, maybe. Or I would have made sure I got some good accuracy on this amulet on the substats. So again, primary stat, I don't really care what it is. I just want enough accuracy to get me a decent amount. So 33 here would have been cool. Then I can go back to that original banner I was just wearing. This one. So I'm still at like 170, 180 accuracy, which is not bad. It's not brilliant, but it's not bad. But with enough speed to try and go first. So guys, that's how you go about building your speed lead for the arena. It's very basic stuff, but it will turn your arena team on its head, because having the fastest champ go first is really important. You then want to make sure your second champ doesn't get cut in on, and I've got kind of calculator videos out about that, which I'll ping up the top. But hope that was interesting, guys. Hope it was useful. I've been Hell Hades. I'll catch you later.